What is going on, y'all? It's Falcons Daily. It is Falcons Friday. I am your host, Craig Green, CG. Thanks again for checking us out here. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. Fan Arch who powers Falcons Daily. They're at Fan Arch Co. FANARCHCO, and Underdog. You see their logo right there. They're at Underdog Fantasy. Also, if you want to get in on $75 in bonus entries, you can scan the QR code right there. You just play your first $5 and you will get in on the fun. And anyway, the Pro Football Conference Championships are this weekend. It's really easy games that you can get into there. There's all different types of contests for you to look at. Again, I'll talk to you about one of mine that I've got coming up later on in today's show. But let's take a look at the NFL honors getting ready to come up here in the next week or so. And three of the Falcons are finalists for some of these awards. First, you've got the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, which will have James Pierce Jr. and also Xavier Watts are finalists for this award. Pierce, 10.5 sacks on the season. Xavier Watts, 5 interceptions on the year. So that has helped land them in the top in the finalist category for that award. You got to think one of those two guys would bring home this award, honestly, because Pierce had a tremendous season. The Falcons again finished just shy of the playoffs. Again, just one game short. You know, Nick Worry is also probably the top contender for this award, as well as Carson Schwessinger from the Cleveland Browns. But again, 10.5 sacks, James Pierce. I feel like that should do it for him. But 5 interceptions again as a rookie for Xavier Watts at the safety position. That's also hard to shake a stick at. It's really going to take the voters. Hopefully they have the courage to put it on one of our guys. But also AP Offensive Player of the Year, Zac Robinson, a finalist for that, fell just shy of 1,000 yards of rushing and receiving. He had a tremendous season. Again, unfortunately, it didn't end up in a playoff berth, but he was voted as an All-Pro. And again, let's see if he gets added. Let's see if he can add the AP Offensive Player of the Year award with it too. I mean, because the man was electric. He was special. The Falcons were. Say what you want about Zac Robinson and all that, but he was able to find ways to get Bijan the ball, and a lot of times Bijan was creating things on his own in open space, but when Zach and Kirk and Penix were getting him the ball, Bijan was making stuff happen. So again, hopefully the Falcons can win 2 awards at NFL honors and represent for the Dirty Birds. Also, news out of the NFC South: Zac Robinson is officially on his way to Tampa Bay. He will take over as the brand new offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he'll get his he'll go down there with Baker Mayfield and reunite with him, because remember, they were together in Los Angeles when Mayfield was out there after his run with the Panthers. Remember, the Browns traded Mayfield to the Panthers, and then Mayfield ended up with the Rams after that. So, and then that's how he made his way to Tampa Bay to take over as the starter in Tampa after Tom Brady had retired. So, yep. So it's a reunion down there. Not sure how it's going to affect their offense or whatnot, but again, Zach ends up down there with Baker Mayfield, and the Falcons end up with Tommy Reese and some other staff additions that we'll get into here pretty soon. But say what you will about Zac Robinson, but again, he finds himself right back in the NFC South, and best believe, a lot of the players hanging out with the Falcons, still staying in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure he's going to give some intel to his new team, especially to their defensive coordinator about how they can stop us. A quick word from our friends at Underdog. The football playoffs are here, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the gridiron action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, and more. If you get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Pro Football Conference Championships, New England at Denver, and Seattle versus LA in Seattle. And I'm taking Drake May to have higher than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns, and quarterback Matthew Stafford of LA for lower than 255 and a half passing yards. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and use promo code FootballFan. It's right there on the screen in front of you. Use promo code FootballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's it. Just $5 and you're going to score $75 in bonus entries. That's promo code FootballFan. Scan the QR code right there and get in on the action. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-878 or text HOMI 467-369.
We are back at Falcons Daily here, and let's take a look at some Cleveland Browns. We talked about David Njoku the other day. We even gave a quick mention to Joe Flacco about some Browns who could eventually make their way to Atlanta. Let's take a look at a couple other ones as well. How about running back Jerome Ford? I mean, what if we don't end up signing Tyler Algier back? Remember, his contract is up. He played his fourth season. Not sure how the Falcons are going to handle that. Are we going to put a tender on him? Are we going to, franchise tag him? Are we going to, do anything of the sort? Not sure how they're going to handle, Tyler Algier. But again, Jerome Ford, could also come in again, a guy who knows Stefanski pretty well, and he could be a pretty decent backup to Zac Robinson. Again, we talked about Joe Flacco a little bit. Could he step in a pinch and play while Michael Penix is recovering from the torn ACL, especially if we move on from Kirk Cousins? Let's see. Really, the only other player I could think of off the top of my head that who had a decent season with them would really be Elijah Moore, who had about 600, a little over 600 yards with the Browns in 2024. That was his best season, and had a couple of touchdowns that year. So would he be a fit in what Stefanski wants to do, and also helping to get some of that offense jump started? Because again, we need somebody who's going to catch passes across from Drake London. It can't just be the same stuff over and over and over again. All right, looking here at the coaching staff. Remember, we talked about Tommy Rees. It was officially announced that he is going to be the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. So again, all of you who wanted Zac Robinson gone, you've got your wish. He's in Tampa. Now we've got Tommy Rees, who's like 33, 34 years old. Was a play caller for the Browns last season at one point after Stefanski gave up play calling duties. But again, they're going to give Tommy some more talent to work with, to be quite honest with you. Drake London and Zac Robinson, absolutely more talented than some of the guys that they have, in those skill positions. Not to take anything away from the guys in Cleveland, but I mean, if you did a poll around the league and asked, who was the better receivers And running backs, Cleveland or Atlanta, I mean, you'd probably get a 31-1 vote on who is better. But anyway, the fact of the matter is the staff is starting to fill out. There's people who are staying around. There's people who are joining in the building, and we're going to give you a list of those folks right now. Let's take a look at some of the staff here for Kevin Stefanski. As you see, Michael Putri has been retained as the running backs coach, so he'll continue to work with Zac Robinson and company. Jacqueline Roberts has been brought in from the Browns. She was in coaching logistics with the Browns. She has been now hired as the manager of coaching operations for the Atlanta Falcons. Dave Huxtable is going to be retained as a senior defensive assistant, so he'll still be on Jeff Ulbricht's staff. Nick Jones will keep his job as the assistant O-line coach underneath new O-line coach Bill Callahan. And again, we mentioned Tommy Rees, who was the brand new offensive coordinator. And so again, we're seeing some of the staff start to come together here for us, Kevin Stefanski. No, I don't think there's a real rush to have everybody in the building just yet. Again, still no word on the special teams coordinator and how that's going to shape up. As far as I understand, I don't think that Marquise Williams has been officially let go at this point, and they have not announced any candidates for the job yet. So I don't think it's as big of a focus as it is for them to find a general manager. They're still on the hunt for that, but hopefully by Monday, maybe we'll have some news on that. But again, Kevin Stefanski's introductory press conference is going to be Tuesday. So again, keep your eyes on this weekend here to see if the Falcons end up hiring their general manager and end up introducing him with Kevin Stefanski on Tuesday's press conference. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Matter of fact, here is my predictions for the NFC and AFC championship game. I told you guys I'd give it to you. So here is my prediction. In the NFC championship game, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams to win the game. They're going to win this ball game by a score of 25-23. I'm also going to take the Denver Broncos to win over the New England Patriots. I think the defense for the Broncos will force a bunch of sacks and a lot of turnovers. Remember, Drake May is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, and then you're going to Denver, who leads the NFL in sacks. So I think they're going to get after the quarterback, and I think that Denver is going to pull somewhat of an upset, and they're going to win this game by a score of 19-17. So I will take the Los Angeles Rams against the Denver Broncos in Santa Clara, Super Bowl 60. Y'all let me know what your predictions are for NFC and AFC championship games in the comments, and we'll see who's right, who's wrong, and whoever we'll look at all the different predictions there, and we'll talk about it on Falcons Daily on Monday. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. Sayonara and buenos noches.